بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. الحمد لله رب العالمین و الصلاة و السلام علی سیدنا و نبینا محمد و آله الطاهرین و صحبه المنتجبین و علی جمیع الانبیاء و المرسلین. اللهم عجل لولیک الفرج و العافیة و النصر و اجعلنا من خیر انصاره و اعوانه و المستشهدین بین یدیه. جناب آقای رئیس، رؤسای محترم کشورها و دولتها، عالی جنابان، خانمها و آقایان،
ladies and gentlemen,
السلام علیکم و
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.
خداوند بزرگ را
I thank the Almighty Allah for granting me the chance and the opportunity to participate in this important meeting. I have the pleasure to express my sincere thanks to His Excellency Goodluck Jonathan, Honorable President of the Republic of Nigeria, for his tremendous efforts and success during his chairmanship of Developing Aid. I am also pleased to sincerely congratulate my dear brother, President Asif Ali Zardari, for assuming the chairmanship over the coming period. The warm hospitality and the excellent arrangements and programs provided by the government and great nation of Pakistan deserve our utmost appreciation. Dear friends, under the present sensitive juncture, this meeting provides us with an ample opportunity to exchange views and make decisions concerning the most pressing issues in front of us. Over the past decades, we have been witnessing the emergence of a more complicated form of colonialism and hegemony, which has been tightening its grip on the world resources, imposing its toll on all of us one way or another. In spite of all struggles towards independence and freedom, our world still continues to experience a time of pain and agony. Former colonial powers and slave masters, in a new guise and with new slogans, are using different methods and tactics to dominate and plunder resources of nations on the basis of the same hegemonic doctrines. Militarism, occupations, and violations of countries' national sovereignties have been rising, as in countries like Afghanistan, Iraq, and Pakistan. Prejudices and conflicts among nations are instigated in the name of religion, such as the situation affecting large parts of Asia and Africa. Discrimination in the international relations by using the Security Council and the prevailing economic mechanisms has caused a widening gap between the rich and the poor and the widespread poverty in many countries. Terrorism and drug trafficking are systematically used worldwide against all nations and governments. Large-scale destruction of the environment has triggered climate change, leading to huge losses on our planet. Policies continue to be pursued aggressively to alienate cultures and annihilate the very foundation of women's dignity and the institution of family. Because of their predominance over the world monetary system, worthless paper assets were printed to loot and deplete systematically the wealth and resources of nations. Independent nations are threatened and coerced through organized campaigns intended to hinder their progress. They are part of the actions undertaken by these powers and the major factors responsible for today's problem. However, a full manifestation of the hegemonic behaviors can be obviously seen in the land of Palestine. They have been occupying Palestine for decades under false pretexts. The main owners of Palestinian land have either been expelled out of their homeland, living as refugees in other countries, or are put in jail, or are the target of constant barbaric attacks of the uncivilized Zionists. Today, the oppressed people of Gaza have become the victims of these expansionist policies and atrocities. Dear colleagues, there is no doubt that the world needs a new order on the basis of the fundamental principles of justice and humanity. I don't think that anybody may have any hope that the creators of the current unjust order can play a role in its reformation. A fundamental change and establishment of a new humane order require a firm resolve and joint efforts of all. Each and every one of us must have the will and determination to participate in this process towards achieving a sustainable peace and finally security and welfare for all. By the grace of God and with the awakening of nations, this process has started. By the grace of God, the era of capitalism and capitalists has come to an end with the tiding of a new age for humankind. However, the former colonial powers and slave masters must not be allowed to disguise for reasserting themselves in the management of the world. This is the same clear message voiced during the non-aligned summit meeting in Tehran. Our countries and our nations, because of their historical past, rich cultures and unique resources, can and must play a prominent role in defining and building the future world order. We all share the following principles: happiness, dignity, and humanitarian values must be enjoyed by all. Justice, love, and freedom constitute the foundations of the new order and must be recognized as a right for all human beings. All human beings are entitled to enjoy sustainable peace, security, welfare, and progress as their inalienable rights. We are all against all types of discrimination and humiliation against human beings, as well as the use of force and coercion in the international relations. We all seek to put an end to hegemony, unilateralism, occupation, arms race, and violation of countries' sovereignties. We are all suffering from the present unjust United Nations structures and the international system, and we have a common aspiration to reform them. Dear colleagues, in addition to cultural bonds and principles, our nations and countries are endowed with great economic, political, and geographical potentials. A population of over 1 billion, vast lands, water and energy resources, and geostrategic importance, rich mineral resources, along with scientific and research centers, scientists, and talented human resources. They all constitute the unending assets and capabilities of our nations. We can and we must cooperate to exploit appropriately these resources and potentials towards the prosperity of our nations and for reforming the present world order. Fortunately, concrete measures were taken in recent years. Our bilateral and multilateral relations have been developing, and cooperation among member countries at the international level is on the rise in supporting members' collective rights. For example, since the meeting in Bali, the volume of economic exchanges between Iran and member countries has increased 4 times, and other members have also followed the same direction. Dear colleagues, our economies, science, technology, industry, and agriculture can be complementary to each other and support each other. We can enhance our relations more than ever in the interest of our nations beyond the domain of the hegemonic powers. On this basis, I wish to highlight the following proposals. more serious support must be provided to permanent economic commission with the presence of senior experts of member countries for a fair and equitable development of economic relationship. 2. Formation of a political working group with the presence of senior experts of member countries in order to boost coordination and joint efforts towards the restructuring of the United Nations, the Security Councils, and all its affiliate organs, as well as for bolstering fairness and fraternity among members. 3. Establishment of joint investment fund among members. 4. Like member states of BRICS, we can put in place a barter transaction system in order to protect our economies against the negative implications of the dominant world currency, a currency which is created with no limit and without backing will transfer inflation, rising prices and budget deficits from some countries to independent nations, sending their wealth into the pockets of the world capitalists. 5. Supporting the activities of the private sectors in the member countries and promoting interactions and partnerships among them as a main strategy to boost trade and economic ties. 6. Entry into force of the preferential trade agreement of the members as early as possible. Dear colleagues, we must believe in our capabilities and power ever than before. Together, we can build a better world. Surely, our collective efforts for the establishment of purity and justice shall accomplish. This is the promise of Allah, that a lovely and beautiful spring shall come very soon, following a long winter. He has sent His prophets and the perfect human being to help nations. He has pledged that a man who has the quality of divine messengers, who manifest the truth and purity, and who is alive, will emerge, and in his company comes Jesus Christ. He, with the help of all people of good faith, and by using all positive capacities of peoples and nations, shall assist mankind to fulfill their aspirations for justice, love, and happiness. He is the personification of absolute justice, compassion, and love to humankind. Every step for expanding justice, love, and fraternal ties is a move forward to embrace that beautiful, eternal spring. We must take faster and higher steps for its fulfillment. Once more, I wish to thank my dear brother, President Asif Zardari, as well as the government and great nation of Pakistan, and the former Secretary General for his tremendous efforts. I wish you all ever-increasing success, and I wish every success for Mr. President and for the Secretary General. I pray to the Almighty God for the happiness and prosperity of all nations. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good luck.